Hello, my name is Sydney Iwerks,
My name is Taylor Peterson.
And I'm Sophie Semenko.
and together we make Thrive Interior Solutions. Thrive Interior Solutions was created with the goal in mind to change design spaces that allow all occupants to thrive in. Our project that we are presenting to you today is the Mapleton K-12 school. The design of schools has changed in the past 10 years to adapt to the diverse needs of students and staff. When gathering information on schools in rural areas, we discovered the many unique challenges that they face and opportunities we have to utilize the interior environment to improve the experience for all occupants. After discovering these challenges and opportunities, we determined that designing a K-12 school for a rural area that benefits the students, staff, and community is a great use of our education.
Mapleton is a small, rural suburb of Fargo located in the southeastern corner of North Dakota that will be home to our new K-12 school. It has a population of about 1,221 people, but there are several surrounding towns that can utilize the school district, making it a good location for many students to have easier access to education and resources. The school can be accessed via two entrances, one off of each main road, which are 36th Street Southeast and Highway 10. The building will be placed further back on the plot of land, with parking lots and fields separating the school building from the main roads to limit student safety hazards, but still allow vehicles easy access to the school's campus. The surrounding area consists of residential neighborhoods, farms, grassland, main access roads, and parks. The building that we use as the shell for our educational space is the Central Cass K-12 school pictured on this slide. The school will span 3 blocks in length, but to plan for the future, we made sure the surrounding land allowed room for growth. Currently, Mapleton only has an elementary school, which led us to want to provide a school for residents all the way through high school. The current Mapleton Elementary has a mission statement of every student has equal opportunity to reach their maximum potential in an engaging, safe, and stimulating environment, a vision statement that says, create an atmosphere that promotes lifelong learning, respect, and responsible citizenship for all students, and a belief statement that states, all students are given the same opportunities to learn in a safe and secure environment. It is our responsibility to prepare our students for future success in education, career, and life. These three statements really encapsulate the reasons and goals we originally had for wanting to design a K-12 school in a rural area.
Many different aspects of a school led us to develop 6 design goals to lead us through this project. The ultimate goal of this project was to design the interior environment to support the well-being of students, faculty, and staff. K-12 schools are unique when it comes to the design of them, as spaces in the school need to be designed so that students in kindergarten all the way through 12th grade can occupy the spaces comfortably and safely, including shared spaces. The purpose of a school, according to Merriam-Webster, can be described as an institution for the teaching of children, a source of knowledge, an establishment of specialized instruction. Not all students learn the same, and we have learned how the interior environment plays a big role in how students learn and how it can help fulfill the purpose of a school. From this, we developed our second goal: create classrooms and common spaces that lead to student success. Another important aspect of K-12 schools, especially in a rural area, is the need to offer students resources beyond classroom instruction. Being located a distance from the nearest city or town, the students can be left at a disadvantage from certain resources such as mental health care. Because of this, our third goal was provide rural students and families with easier access to mental health and medical services. The well being of faculty and staff is just as important as it is for students, as they need to feel well, mentally, emotionally, and physically, in order to provide the best education to their students. We wanted to create an interior environment within the school that enhances wellness and designed private staff areas that encourage relaxation and restoration of the mind. This provides a positive work environment where the faculty and staff can be successful and therefore help their students be as well. Therefore, we wanted to allocate spaces in the school that focus on faculty and staff success and well-being. In addition to the physical spaces in the school, the sense of safety and security that will be felt throughout the building was taken into consideration. In today's world, especially, students need to feel safe as they attend school for the day. Because of this, we wanted to design a school environment that students perceive as safe and secure. A school is full of many activities that can be happening in rooms that share walls. Acoustic solutions needed to be within the construction of the walls to help with sound transmission. Rooms with high ceilings full of students could be an issue without the use of soft materials to absorb sounds. Because of all the different activities and different noise levels going on throughout the school, we developed our last goal: utilize acoustic properties throughout the school to control noise levels. Our project was executed using evidence based design. We conducted interviews, went on site visits, and read studies and articles to help us develop reasons behind the design choices we made. Within the goals previously talked about, the design of Mapleton K 12 school can be summed up by talking about furniture, color, safety and security, and mental health. The knowledge we gained about these topics helped us further our research.
Another part of our research consisted of conducting a survey to determine the effect of the interior design of a school on the well-being and success of students, faculty, and staff. The survey helped us answer two questions. One, what role does the interior environment play on students' learning and success in the classroom? And two, what safety and security measures need to be integrated in the design of a school to protect all occupants while still being a welcoming and comfortable environment? We sent a survey to faculty and staff from 6 rural school districts across North Dakota who answered a two-part survey to provide us insight on how the interior environment affects both student and staff success. Some of the main results of the survey that we want to share with you are seen on the upcoming slides. First, focusing on the students, we asked participants to respond to the statement, "Flexible furniture allows for better collaboration among students," with options ranging from strongly disagree to strongly agree. The overwhelming majority, or 84.85% of staff members, agreed that flexible furniture does allow for better collaboration. A similar response was given to the statements, "Students are engaged more when they are in a classroom with flexible furniture," and "Students prefer classrooms that have flexible furniture over classrooms with desks in linear rows." From this response, it was clear to us that flexible furniture was necessary in our school. We also asked participants whether or not they thought students and the rural North Dakota community would be accepting of inclusive restrooms. An example of an inclusive restroom is pictured. They are gender-neutral single-stall restrooms with public hand washing outside of the stalls. The results for the students didn't give us a very firm answer, with only 51.29% of staff saying students would be accepting and 35.9% saying they would not be. While this is not extremely in favor of inclusive restrooms, our team decided to design one in our school for middle and high school students. Sophie will share why we came to this decision later. Questions about student safety and security were also asked in our survey. When giving respondents the choice between two school entrance pictures, one with metal detectors and one with glass walls and a bright, welcoming environment, the picture portraying the welcoming environment was highly preferred, with 95% of participants saying students would prefer that type of entrance. In the second part of our survey, questions were focused on staff members. The biggest goal for staff spaces in our project came from our research, including the results of this survey when we asked staff to agree or disagree with the statement, "If I had a place to relax or take a break, I would be a better teacher and coworker." More than 63% of staff agreed that they would like a place to relax or take a break. Overall, the findings of this survey provided important and useful information about what design elements are desired and preferred within a rural school. We tried our best to apply this research in our school to create a well-rounded, evidence-based project.
These are concept boards for the spaces we created. As you can see, the common areas, staff areas, and high school are focused on natural materials as well as school colors, which are maroon and gray. The elementary school adds color to the space due to the preferences we discovered during our research. The support areas use blue materials and finishes to separate themselves from the educational portion of the school to create a more comfortable atmosphere.
As you can see here, the whole school is divided into 8 parts. We have designed spaces in areas A, C, D, and E, and we'll share with you more about these spaces in the upcoming slides. Rooms and areas found throughout a typical school, such as remaining classrooms, restrooms, cafeterias, kitchens, and many other spaces, have space allocated on construction documents in areas A, C, D, and E. Areas B, F, G, and H would also contain many traditional school rooms and areas. However, those were not in our scope of work and were not used to allocate space for, and therefore have been grayed out.
Area A is located on the west side of the building and includes the elementary wing of the school. We were not able to design each space in Area A, so we focused on the elementary commons, second grade classroom, and second grade learning center. Here is the floor plan for the elementary commons area located in Area A. The space will serve as a multi-use space, which includes a gathering area, open floor space, but its main purpose will serve as the elementary students' cafeteria. The collapsible cafeteria tables will allow for the ability to serve 72 students, and the booths on the east side add an additional 16 seats. It is important to ensure the elementary commons area is a safe entrance to the school for the students and staff of the building. Throughout our research, we decided that less is more when it comes to the security in the rural area. Moen and Frang 2018 states, "Unfortunately, the unintended consequence of enhancing security measures is that it might create the impression that a need for more security exists, indicating that the school is unsafe, when in fact it may not be." Our design focuses on creating a culture of community, transparency, and safety. The elementary commons is full of light and natural elements which help it make the perfect gathering space for students, staff, and parents. This rendered perspective shows a custom seating area with a tree planter in the center. We wanted to add something to the school that would support the community and be a unique feature within the school. By using locally sourced materials and adding 2 custom seating areas to the space with large skylight windows located directly above the trees, we were able to achieve the most natural light into the space. The seating is built with children's anthropometric measurements in mind to ensure that they fit comfortably around the tables.
The design of a classroom is so important for students to be able to learn successfully no matter their learning style. Classrooms today are filled with students of different backgrounds, learning styles, and abilities, but must be designed so that all students can learn. There are a few aspects of design that we focused on for the classroom. The first is color. Color plays a role in how the interior environment affects students. We learned that elementary level students prefer a variety of colors in their spaces, as it creates a fun environment that they want to be in. However, colors can also be overstimulating for some students, creating unnecessary anxiety or distraction. The use of gray walls and ceiling materials, natural wood finishes, and the use of color in the carpet and upholstery allows for this balance. Another aspect is the furniture found in classrooms. The traditional classroom that Taylor previously mentioned with linear rows does not work to provide quality education to every student trying to learn. Linear rows do not provide for easy collaboration amongst students. Uncomfortable chairs can cause students to become unfocused. Barrett et al. 2015 says, "Flexibility is needed to allow for different activities within the classroom and/or the needs of the different users." This use of flexible furniture provides students with the ability to choose what they sit on, where they sit, and what comfort level they need. And it allows them to change the next day if it isn't working for them. Here you can see an example of flexible furniture at work. Flexibility allows for different furniture arrangements that can have positive effects on learning outcomes. Each and every student is different, and therefore each and every class may be different. Having furniture on wheels or that can easily be moved allows teachers to rearrange their classroom to fit the needs of their students. Having a variety of seating options, such as chairs and soft seating with the stools and ottomans, helps students learn best at their comfort level. We also included sit-to-stand desks with modesty panels to help improve the well-being of the teacher while also providing privacy. Since the goal of the classroom was to avoid linear rows with students all facing the front, some students' backs may be facing away from teachers at times. To help combat this issue, a monitor was placed on the back wall that would display the same information that is on the smartboard at the front of this room so that students can see what is being taught without constantly needing to turn around. This slide also highlights the built-in cabinetry and sink area. Elementary classrooms still rely on lots of materials, and so storage is very important. We also learned from teachers on our site visits to different schools that they want sinks in their elementary classrooms, so we made sure to include one. One final thing we would like to highlight about our second grade classroom is the use of storage. Cubbies for students to keep their backpacks, coats, and other personal items are stored here in the classroom instead of in lockers out in the hallways. Having storage within the classroom eliminates the need to leave the classroom to retrieve these items that they need to grab. The remaining storage that is not built in fits the flexible furniture mold by being on casters for easy reconfigurations. Another aspect of storage is that we intend for students' materials and writing utensils to be stored here to eliminate keeping items on their desk and allowing desks to be as flexible as possible so students can change where they need to sit. This also promotes wellness as it allows students to get up and move throughout the day to retrieve items they need.
Although classrooms are where students spend most of their time learning during school, we have learned and concluded that education is not limited to the four walls of a classroom, and if designed properly, education can be everywhere. This is why we decided to follow after the Central Cass K-12 school and include multiple learning centers within our school just across the hall from classrooms. Pictured here is our second grade learning center. It includes a variety of furniture pieces such as soft stadium seating, curved modular furniture, ottomans, and movable tables and chairs. In the elementary commons, we decided to include a live tree, and we wanted to carry this theme throughout our elementary spaces. In the Learning Center, this is communicated through the use of materials, finishes, and furniture. The wood wall paneling resembles tree roots and the tree trunk, which spans to the ceiling, where several green acoustical ceiling clouds and light fixtures shaped like leaves hang over the students, bringing in biophilic elements. The carpet in the space is green to resemble grass, and the organic-shaped ottomans act as fallen leaves for the students to grab a seat on. All of this symbolizes the young students growing as they learn and interact with their peers at school. This shows another angle of the same learning center. The ceilings in the space are high and it's wide open to the hallways, so the wood wall paneling and acoustical ceiling clouds, as well as soft furniture and carpet, not only help communicate a message, but also play a role in limiting sound transmission. Like the classroom, this space provides flexibility as the curved seating, bookshelf, tables, and two swivel-based chairs all have wheels for easy rearranging.
Here is the partial FF&E plan for areas C and D. Here we have spaces designed for elementary level students, middle and high school level students, and staff. We acknowledge that a key component to student success is all the work the faculty and staff do for students. In order for faculty and staff to be their best selves, they need a place to be able to escape in order to recharge if needed. We also learned that staff look for a place where they can all fit to meet when needed. Here you can see the side of the lounge where staff can have meetings. This space also contains flexible furniture, such as tables and chairs on casters, that allows the room to be changed in order to fit the needs of the users. On the other side of the lounge is where faculty and staff can go to recharge during their breaks, eat lunch, convene with other staff members, or even just have a comfortable place to work on stuff outside of their rooms or offices. A variety of seating is offered to provide comfort to all faculty and staff. School colors are seen in the staff lounge to promote school pride with a mix of natural materials to promote wellness.
The Elementary School Media Center is the perfect place for group or individual work. With its many seating options and flexible assets, students have the resources they need to succeed in school. The low curved bookshelves and high ceilings help to create an open and inviting atmosphere for students to work on their class, read, or more. The bottom right rendering shows the separate room within the Media Center that can be used for group lessons or out loud reading without disturbing the rest of the Media Center. Throughout the space, there are tons of acoustical ceiling clouds and wall panels that you can see in these photos. These materials help absorb sound so that the space can remain quiet and help avoid uncomfortable echoing. One final thing to highlight is the custom tree book shelving and lighting feature. This serves multiple purposes of acoustics, lighting, and creating a fun environment students want to be in.
One of the biggest issues we discovered in all of our research for rural schools was that they are way too often left at a disadvantage because of their geographical location. We wanted to be a part of solving this problem for students as we don't want this to be a barrier between them getting the help that they need. For this reasoning, the Student Support Services area was created. We allocated space for 2 mental health counseling rooms, but we didn't want to stop at that. There is also a room where medical appointments can take place with a permanent medical professional. Pictured is the central hub for all resources provided in the area. This space is meant to reduce the stigma of mental health and ultimately try to get students in need to see the services the school offers. Since students are already in school all day long, we found in our research that it only makes the most sense for schools to offer these resources. When students enter this room, they can start by checking in here with the receptionist for their appointment. However, students don't necessarily need to have an appointment to use this area. They can also just come in here to do homework or hang out if they need a break from the rest of the school environment. There are several different types of seating areas for students to choose from depending on how each student is feeling that day and what they are needing from the space. As you may have noticed, the colors and finishes in this area are completely different from the rest of the school, and that was exactly the intent. When coming up with the design concept for this space, we thought about what interior environment we would prefer if we were in need of mental health counseling. Rather than creating a sterile, hospital-like environment, we would like to feel at home. That led the space to have a more residential style. We think this plays an important role in making students feel comfortable receiving help when they may be nervous about their appointment. Warmer wood tones were used, as well as several shades of blue, which evoke feelings of trust, stability, and calmness, perfect for this area. The curved shapes in the furniture and arched wall paneling also create a softer approach as opposed to squares with sharp and rigid corners. We hope students can walk into this space and feel a sense of calmness and relaxation before meeting with a medical professional.
With an increasing awareness of mental health, the Support Center also includes an individual mental health counseling room that allows students to meet one on one with a professional counselor without having to leave the school. This small space allows for students to have a comfortable place within the school to talk about anything that they may be facing. The finishes here connect to the support services area and include welcoming blue colors as well as dimmable lighting to allow the users to personalize the space, making it the most comfortable for them. Something we observed when touring two K-12 schools, as well as looking at different K-12 school projects from different architecture firms, is that common and collaboration spaces are needed. Students need places to gather when not in class to not only work on homework but also engage with their peers. This lounge space is the perfect area for students to study or work on homework when they are not in class. This space offers a variety of lighting options, as you can see. There are different levels of light, which include perimeter lighting, recess lighting, and task lighting within the space.
Although there are different opinions about inclusive restrooms, which we have learned from our survey, we as future interior designers feel it is our job to push limits and introduce new design concepts that are beneficial to the users. An inclusive restroom is provided in the middle and high school area off of their lunchroom and commons area. Stalls are completely enclosed and include acoustic properties in the wall construction. An ADA stall is also provided. The design of the inclusive restroom is a balance of openness and privacy, with half walls in the entrance but a full wall blocking the views of the stalls. This design also allows staff to more easily stop conflict that can be seen or heard out in the open as opposed to a typical restroom design. For some students, using gender specific restrooms can cause anxiety. Students have enough to worry about and don't need an additional stress of using the restroom. Providing an inclusive restroom a, provides these students a safe space. The final space we will talk about is Area E, which is where a majority of middle and high school level classrooms are held, as well as staff areas.
This is the high school social studies classroom. As you can see, there are three groups of seating to meet the different needs of the users, as well as storage on the back wall of the classroom. After doing research this year, we discovered that lockers for each student isn't necessary since students bring their backpacks to class. This is why you see backpack and coat storage in each classroom. The materials and finishes used in the high school classroom are school colors as well as natural maple wood tone that coordinates with the ceiling and wall system. This offers acoustical benefits to the classroom space. The large table is perfect for group collaboration, and the personal desks offer each student their individual space with the opportunity to move the desks at ease since they are on wheels. The soft seating at the back of the class is perfect for a more relaxed task such as reading, but includes laptop tables for a variety of activities.
Just down the hallway from the high school classroom is the High School Learning Center. This space has the same purpose as the second grade learning center discussed earlier and that it acts as another area for students to learn and interact outside of the classroom. Superintendent of Central Cass School shared that these comfortable spaces outside of the classroom encourage students to stay at school when they are not in class. We chose colors that show school pride in this learning center since it is for high school students, but we also used finishes such as the cream and gray wall covering, organic pattern carpet, and ring light fixtures that aren't standard in a generic school environment. The ceiling has 2 different sound-absorbing finishes that also provide visual interest. High school students often work on homework and projects together, so we wanted to make sure we provided space for collaboration in the Learning Center. Pictured here are 2 bar height tables with stools that seat 4 students each, but all of the furniture in this area can be utilized for group or partner work. The partition wall behind these 2 tables includes a whiteboard surface that students on either side can use. It also blocks a view of the back wall to create more privacy for students who are trying to focus. On the other side of that partition is a row of booths along the back wall. The ceiling was lowered in this section, and acoustical ceiling tiles were applied to provide more noise control. The pendants hanging down over the tables also have acoustic properties to limit noise. A monitor with Bluetooth capabilities was provided in each booth so students can easily share materials on the screen, whether that be for working alone or with a group.
While on a tour of Central Cass K-12 school, a teacher expressed to us that they wish that they had more resource rooms to be able to work with students in. This led us to develop staff huddle rooms that can be used as another place for a small group of teachers to meet together, for staff and students to work together, or a place where a single staff member can retreat to if they need to get work done in a quiet environment. This room also includes school colors and natural materials. The final room we designed for the faculty and staff is the staff workroom. In the middle and high school levels, some staff may share classrooms and need a place to work if another teacher is teaching in their room. This is also a place where students can get help from teachers on assignments. The glass partition allows students to walk by and see what teachers are working and are available to assist on assignments. The pattern on the glass allows for privacy while also allowing students to see in. The staff workroom offers sit-to-stand desks for staff to use, as well as areas for collaboration. A mix of chairs with and without arms allows all individuals to sit comfortably. This is also an area for printing or copying materials.
In review, we wanted to create a school that allows all occupants to be safe, healthy, and successful. Through our non-traditional approach and thinking about the well-being of students, faculty, and staff, we feel that our design helps fulfill the current Mapleton Elementary School's mission of every student having an equal opportunity to reach their maximum potential in an engaging, safe, and stimulating environment. Thank you so much for listening to our design presentation for the Mapleton K-12 school.